Lots of tools, but not enough hands to hold them? Too many supplies weighing you down? Going somewhere, but not enough space for all the supplies? Well, we got the perfect solution! Go digital! Grab your tablet and relax the whole afternoon with a cup of tea. It is fun and easy. Thank you, drawing tablets! Well, I think this clearly shows why I think that digital art can be easier. So the first thing is the number of supplies. When doing traditional art, depending on the medium that you choose, you always have a lot of materials with you. It can be helped. If you prefer to use graphite pencils, you're going to always have a box of graphite pencils with you, erasers, the paper, I don't know what else, but then colored pencils, same thing. Watercolors, damn, watercolors do need a lot of supplies. It's fun to do, and it's totally okay if it's something that you want to do. I do like to have some fun with it from time to time, but truth is, it can get expensive. So if you can't spend that much money and you're unsure if you should go to traditional or digital art, maybe you'll end up leaning more towards digital art because of this. Not only you'll have to spend a lot of money at the beginning to get your tools, but your tools will also run out, so you'll have to buy them anew from time to time. With your tablet, however, not only you can find very cheap options, as well as, well, your tablet will last you for a long time. It will probably be working up until you just want to find a new one and a better one. Now, second reason why I think digital art can be easier than traditional art is because you don't need as much space. When doing traditional, a lot of times you should have a space for that because you can end up dirtying your desk, the places around you. So it is best to have a place just for it so you're not afraid of dirtying anything that is important. And well, you also need a lot of space to have your supplies around you, right by your hand whenever you need them, but also the space for you to paint. With digital, however, you just have a tablet. There's lots of sizes. There's very small ones, there's medium ones, and then there are ones that are bigger. So if you don't have a lot of space in your desk, you can always go for a smaller one. And it will just occupy a small space of your desk. It will stay there, and you can take it out if you need more space when doing anything else on your computer, and this is it. You don't need more than that tiny space of your tablet. Third reason, the portability. I'm not saying that you can't walk around with your supplies. Of course you can. It just can be a bit of a hassle sometimes. If you've been, or if you are on art school, you know this very well. Walking around with your briefcase or your backpack, always full of supplies, well, sometimes it's just not that comfortable. With a drawing tablet, however, well, obviously most of them you can't use them outside. So if you want to draw, or well, if you want to go out, go walk in the garden, by the sea, whatever, and you feel like doing some real life drawing out there, well, most of the tablets won't let you do this. This can be a con of drawing tablets. But if you tend to go to school every day and want to use your drawing tablet there, or if you visit family in different places, if you're always traveling to different places a lot, you can always put your PC and your tablet in a backpack and go with it. It's just there on your back, very simple to plug it in again and ready to draw. Now, in a more practical sense of drawing, with digital, it can be easier, for example, to choose your colors. You can be drawing and you start painting, and when you end up choosing your colors, you decide that, well, yeah, I don't like this combination, or, well, you know what, I think I want to try other ways and see what works best. This is very easily done on digital. On traditional, however, well, not that easy. Another very useful feature of digital art is the undo button. It is very useful whenever you do some mistake. Well, you just go there, Ctrl+Z, and your mistake is gone. Magically gone. No one knows that you did that. So what I'm saying here basically is that digital art can be more forgiving. If you did any mistake, you can redo it again. While in traditional, well, it's not as forgiving. If you do a mistake, it is not as easy to erase it. Now, I'm not saying that traditional art isn't important. It is important as well. You need to learn the basics, and you should take some time with it. Even if it is just with graphite pencils, it can be easier to study lights and shadows with traditional. For example, I use traditional art for sketching all the time. I very rarely sketch on the computer. I always pick up my sketchbook. And do a lot of sketches there. They don't need to be pretty, really. They are just sketches, and whenever I'm happy with one, I can take a pic or scan it, put it on my computer, and draw it. So even with digital arts, you'll have to learn. So what I'm getting at here is that you won't magically know right away how to draw when picking up a tablet and drawing it digitally. You'll have to learn. You'll have to know how to do things as well. There's a learning curve. Also, getting used to a digital tablet can be hard at the beginning, even though it is made to feel as much as possible like paper. It isn't. So you're still going to need some adaptation time, and you're always going to have to learn the basics. Oh, and practice. Either with traditional or digital art, you're going to need a lot of practice. You can't go anywhere without it. So keep this in mind and start practicing right now, either with your pencils or in your computer. Now, just one thing I want to mention about digital art is how much variety you have in it. You have a lot of types of digital art. We have 3D art, we have vector, digital painting, pixel. There's lots of types that you can learn and practice, and there's also a lot of free software that you can try. So once again, if you are tight on money or you just can't really spend money on digital software for drawing, there's always a lot of free options that you can use. Now, if you're curious about traditional techniques like watercolors, pastels, you name it, digital softwares tend to have brushes, textures, and all kinds of materials that you can use to replicate these techniques. So once again, if you're just curious about it, or if you can't afford or you don't have the time or space to do it traditionally, once again, you can try and practice it on your computer. Now, once again, this is all about taste. Some people just prefer to have real paper on their hands with their supplies and draw like that, while others prefer the touch of digital art. So it's all up to you what you prefer and what you can do. So if you prefer to have your supplies and draw traditionally, then absolutely go for it. There's also always more low budget supplies that you can get there are also good. But if you do prefer to do digital and you like how it feels, well, then go for it. Once again, there are prices for everyone. So either one, just go have fun and practice a lot. Now, I did mention free software for you to use on your computer, and if you're interested in this and want to know more, as well as even some paid options and some software that you can use on your iPad, you can go to doncorgi.com/drawing-software, and there's a ton of options for you there for different types of arts, for different hardware. So check it out. And well, I hope this helped, and if you have any question, feel free to leave a comment and I'll try to get back at you. And well, I'll see you in the next video, hopefully. Bye bye.